Well, hello live. How's it going? Facebook or YouTube, wherever this ends up. So, on location, not getting as much video content as I would have liked from this crazy experience so far. Shield you from the wind there. But yeah, just thought spontaneous Q&A. I kind of forgotten what time it is, but I'm getting a very bad connection, so let's see. I've already got one person watching, so hopefully get some questions in there on time as well. How's everyone doing? This is like week 2. I'm in Spain, although this location is doubling as kind of a French villa, which is quite nice. So yeah, get in the questions, comments, whatever below, and I'll try and answer them. There's a few things I already need to make videos about, but yeah, it's just getting around to it really. Just crazy schedules, that kind of thing. So we will see, and hopefully the wind isn't too bad either. I'll try and get in a better connection. So yeah, if you just get the comments up, and then should be able to just give my opinion or like 2 cents on whatever I do for work. So this one is such a small crew. There's basically just DOP and an AC doing everything. So it's just me gunning it alone. But there's mainly just 2 characters all the time, which makes it a nice kind of two-hander. And we still have another week after this one in Spain, and then we go to Morocco, and then 2 weeks in the UK. So should be good. So yeah. But if you have any questions about anything sound related, then get them down below and I'll answer them on anything. Whether it's like career, whether it's yeah, just whatever I'm doing really, to be honest. It's the only thing I can really offer. So we'll see. There we go. So let's chill here. What camera are they using? They're using the red helium, red epic, red weapon even, helium. So it's not too bad. Again, for the red, I always do adaptive preview record for the fan settings, just because they're it makes it look quieter when you're actually recording. Although for very long takes, then slowly it starts to step up the fan control, which is obviously not great for long takes, but definitely much better than just quiet and the camera melting, or some kind of halfway point. I'd rather take it a lot quieter at the start of the scene, and then at the end, before cut, there's usually a few seconds before a room tone almost. Yep, I'm locking the camera. It's kind of I'm kind of doing both. The back plate that they have for the helium at the moment only offers 1 sync port, and they've got remote follow focus. So what I'm doing is every time they're changing batteries, I have my tentacle or nano locket like always plugged on the camera, and so I just try and make sure that I can keep pace with them, and yeah, just do my best to try and get everything in sync. So that's what that is. Using my electrosonics. What else? Using my Sherps Super CMIT, very useful on things like the beach. Lots of beach shots. So yeah, even people buried up to their heads in sand. So it's all good. Bless, everyone's running around, just getting a bit crazy. So yeah, any other questions? I'll try and keep this short and then just cut this video even shorter. But just enjoying the calm before the storm, as they say. Both channels, yeah, always both channels on the CMIT Joe. It's always useful. I never do preset 2, but I usually have the low pass filter on, which is I think around 80 Hz, similar to my mixer. I always do a low pass filter of 80, and it just helps bring my levels down a little bit compared to if I have it, because obviously wind noise, maybe slight handling noise sometimes, it can kind of creep in. So always doing 2. I've got the 688, so I have plenty of channels compared to the amount of talent that we have. So yeah, always record 2, but then generally have a mix track, mono mix track, and then generally just use that all the time. But I've also got the MK41. We're going to be doing a dinner scene later on with 4 people, so I'll just kind of be in the middle of the table and around. Do you find the background sounds weird when it's processed? Only for some things. For instance, if it's a lot of white noise, not necessarily the sea, I found, because that kind of peaks and troughs, but for instance, a very, very leafy, windy scenario. I used it at a flower show, and obviously lots of trees, that kind of thing. And so sometimes if the wind is really severe, you can definitely hear it almost like gating and trying to just trying to do what it's built for, which is processing. I think what you've got to be careful of as well is swinging, because obviously it's processing all the time regardless, and so then what you want to do is make sure that you're not pointing it at a completely different sound source, because obviously then the background sound, depending on whatever you're pointing it at, will if I point it more towards the trees, it's going to have more gating. If I point it away from the trees, it's already a natural shotgun as well, and so it's just I guess you've kind of got to think about it as just a more enhanced shotgun. And so you would use it if you had a 416, for instance, you wouldn't swing the 416 and point it towards the trees and then away from the trees. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm using the CMIT. I think I've still got a video up of me using it next to a motorway, and again, I think static scenarios are probably the best. But then obviously, because I record both channels, post have the option if they want to. But I found that even on the features and short films and corporates or whatever that I've done post-production for, I end up just processing the process channel even more, because worst comes to the worst, I can just cut very at the start and the end of the line if it is really, really bad. Oh, DNS, nice. I always wondered about, how much that helps because I guess I've spent, what is it? It's like £3,000 for the Super. So the DNS, I guess having that, but that also gives 2 outputs, doesn't it, as well? Processed and unprocessed. But I hear really good things. I think there's always that interesting battle between, well, not battle, but it's like how much of these tools should just be left for post-production and how much should be used for actual on location. And I think it's very good to have the tools on location to then inform choices later on, because again, as long as you have the option to go always back to the original, then that's going to work out better for you. So yeah, of course, it's just a tool. Yeah, it's like the high pass filter. It's like, okay, I could get away with, if it's very, very windy, turning it up to 120 or maybe even 240, but then why would I I can do that, I can hear it myself, and I can just try and dial it in as much as I can kind of get away with without me perceiving it, and then just know in post-production that yes, they will be able to take that away. And so then you can have that kind of creative / technical talk with any director about okay, well, this is actually probably what it's going to sound more like in post-production, but we're just going to record it like this, and then yeah, this is what you can get away with. Also helps even just having Pro Tools and a laptop spare sometimes if you're in a really, really bad scenario. And of course, always remember with kind of buzz tracks and stuff to make the most of that in terms of recording noise. So I'm conscious that we're up to 10 minutes, and I don't like to make these things too long, but what I might do instead of doing like trying to make a video a day, because I was ahead at one point, which was nice. So I'm just going to do these Q&As every day this week, I think. I'm shooting a lot of night shoots, so generally up in the daytime, which is quite useful as much as I can be. Try and get in the pool and all that fancy stuff, pretend that I've won the lottery. So until next time, guys, thank you very much, especially Joe, for all those handy questions. And yeah, that's me for now. So Matt Price signing off. So I will see you later. But remember that you can get down in the comments even of this video after it's finished streaming, and I'll try and pick those up as the first questions for tomorrow's show, and we'll try and make this like a daily show. So till next time, see you later.